Hey guys. Hey guys. I see loads of smiles. I see W's. I see 3 points. I see top 8 candidates. That's what I see. I see top 8 candidates. You know, I see
nearly everywhere.
How about this? I smell coefficient. I smell coefficient. You know, I smell coefficient.
American owners? Do you smell American owners?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But I also smell coefficient. I smell coefficient. Now, pick up everybody. Welcome. We, Ozzy, PD, good night. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the boys. Subscribe to the boy them. Support what they're doing. Links are in the description below. Do you know what I'm saying? As Foley says, Louis, cheer up. Cheer up. You know what I'm saying? Smile, brother.
But what's that to cheer up about, though? You know what I mean? That's like when you're at work. That's like when you're at work and you're just fuming and someone comes up to you telling you, oh, give us a smile. You know what I mean? Like, what's that to smile about, mate? Shut up.
I'm pretty sure at some point in our lives, you've all told her, go, smile, man. Like, what? Smile, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she looking at you like, what? Tell me to smile for. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And Cass and Daps are away as well, a bit busy as well. So, you know, unfortunately, you got my peanut head here today. Y'all got to do it with me. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Champions League stuff today. You know, Liverpool beat Marseille 3-0, you know, away from home. Another team to add on to our list of tough games that we've actually got a good result at. Chelsea with a monumental 1-0 battering of Paphos. You know what I'm saying? Big Paphos, you know what I'm saying? When they say it, you know what I'm saying? Simple. You get it. And of course, Ozzy, Guna, and of course, Kunle, you know, a nice 3-1 win, including a Gyökeres goal at the end at the San Siro against Inter Milan.
Technically, it was at the Miazza, if we're being technical.
It was what?
Technically, it was at the Miazza, if we're being technical. So when Inter plays the Miazza, when Milan plays the San Siro.
Oh, it's just
because can
we just they share the same fucking stadium, bro. They share the same.
Why did
I went on a tour there in Milan, and they were like, "No, did you know this?" I was like, "I just thought it was the San Siro." Like, apparently not.
AC got to keep the name Milan and the name San Siro. That's a bit peak for you know.
That's a top deal. That's a
top deal. It's just a Spider-Man Venom thing, innit? Like one's appreciating more than the other. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But yeah, obviously, you know, and of course, there was one other game. A certain Bodo Glimt beating up Man City, man, beat them up. Rodri red card, nightmare game.
Yeah.
You know, another Foden stinker. How many times are you gonna say that this season? After his purple patch, now it looks like a purple patch. What you went through about a month and a half ago. And yeah, of course, Newcastle also won 3-0, putting them in the top 8. Also, with Manchester City, I believe, sitting in 11th place in the table now.
So wait, once. I'm going to ask you 2 real quick questions because I think I didn't catch everything. Are you telling me that there's 6 teams in the Champions League, right?
English teams, yes, 6 English teams,
and there's only one that's outside of that top 8. Is that what you're saying first?
Correct. Arsenal are 1st, Liverpool are 4th, Tottenham are 5th, Newcastle are 7th, Chelsea are 8th.
But how City are in the Champions League, no? You didn't say them. City are in the Champions League, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying they're not in the top 8.
So wait, and did you also say that all the English teams in the Champions League won this week except one team? Is that what you said?
Yes, they did. And you could arguably say that Man City had the easiest fixture on paper.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Wait. Did Man City play the team that beat Spurs as well and that played Spurs and didn't get their first win in the Champions League? They played that team, right?
Yes, that team. They play on 4G. Might as well go on Power League. As in, it's like generally a little bit unsafe to play on that pitch all the time. It's generally like
that's the type of fucking. They weren't at the one that Palace played Macclesfield on. That's where they played.
and remember, and yeah. I think Spurs played a game in the Carabao.
So because they played a team that play on 4G, they basically also just lost to Macclesfield. In theory, because it's the same thing, it's the same situation. So that's a bit embarrassing.
I think Macclesfield would give Bodo a good game as well. Not even gonna lie,
bro. As I said, so when I say like in the club of the top 8, like this is what I mean. Where now I don't want to reduce Man City to crowd control. I don't want to. Oh,
hey, where's he gone? Hey, Louis!
Wait,
Louis!
Louis! You know what I'm saying, Louis? Lewis. Do you know what I'm saying, Louis? What's going on here,
brother?
We'll be back in a second, innit?
This is gonna be an interesting time for like content because we're gonna, you remember City fans were doing their high horse thing. Oh, you fans of this team, or you fans are too much of this team, always complaining. We're finally going to see what they are made of because they've never had an era where there's been banter on them because more like we don't really know City fans like that anyway. More time. But now, obviously, through the content creation, I've met this guy, that guy. There's City fans in the comment section, and now they are feeling it. They're saying stuff like City fans. As when you say they lost yesterday, they're saying stuff like, "But did you win a treble though?" I'm like, bro, I'm just asking about Bodo.
Always the irrelevant stuff.
I'm just asking about Bodo. What's going on? It's all mad now. It's mad in the dunya. Smash the like.
To be about Bodo Glimt, bro. That's really what it is.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's mad because like they actually had the easiest game on paper.
Legit.
You know what I'm saying? They actually had the easiest game on paper. And if you actually look at the 11, so Louis here, by the way, guys, I'm going to bring him back in now. Like, genuinely speaking, like, I'm going to read out Man City's starting 11. Yeah, I'm going to read out starting 11.
Bodo Glimt was on 3 points before this game. They were like bottom of the barrel.
Now they have a chance of qualification. They win the next game.
Weren't they in like the second division of Norway like not long ago as well?
They're a new club. They're new. I'm pretty sure they're a new club, but not a new club, but like, when were Bodo Glimt founded?
But fair,
how have Man City let this happen? How does this actually like come about? You know what I mean? Like, how do we get beat 3-1 by these?
To be fair, Louis, Hamza let us know that it was the coldest temperature English team ever played in, so that could have been one of the reasons there.
Yeah, but it don't freeze your ability to play football. You know what I mean? Because that's what it looked like with a lot of them out there. It looked like a lot. Like Haaland looked like he was frozen. It might as well have been a car.
In his own ends. I swear.
Exactly. That's what I mean. This is back garden, mate. He's in his back garden and he's not even flipping turning up. Honestly, mate, it was absolutely ridiculous.
But Bodo Glimt won the league 2023 and 2024, and I think in 2025 they lost by a point. They lost by a point to Viking. So.
Is that like an actual team, or is that the actual name of the team?
And you were doing so well, straight face, everything.
He sat forward.
To Viking.
He sat forward.
No, is that real? Are you actually being serious? They lost to Viking. What were these lot like thawed out from the Viking era and told to play? You know, was it that cold over there?
I'm being dead serious, man.
Fuck off. They lost to a team. They lost to a team called Viking, and then they beat Man City.
I'm being
Jesus
dead serious.
Christ.
Bodo Glimt finished the league with 70 points, 30 games played, and Viking finished 30 games played.
Ragnar and them, man. Ragnar and Loki and them.
Bro, Viking had 71 points. Bodo Glimt had 70 points. They won the league.
This is ridiculous. I'm sick of this, you know. What are we doing? And then when I said earlier backstage, I said that I'm looking at Wolves now. I'm thinking we could get battered 7-0. And everyone was like, no, let's be honest. Like, these lot are flipping worse than Wolves. Wolves aren't looking that bad at the moment. You know, that's similar level team to City right now.
Viking nearly qualified for the they nearly qualified for the Conference League, but they lost to Istanbul.
Ragnar, Rolo, Shield Maiden, all them man there. They lost to them.
Boy, what can you look? Can I ask
you're
you?
an Ironside in them.
You're an Ironside in them, man.
What do you lot think's going wrong at City? Because I like everything I thought I knew about the players, about the team at its current moment is in tatters right now. So If you lot could just like give me your opinions on what's going on with Man City, just like try and clear it up for me, because I'm really struggling.
I've been quite vocal today. I let VD go first. Sorry.
Yeah, same old, isn't it?
I did want to read. I did want to read this. Let me read the starting 11, guys. I did want to read the starting 11. So the City starting 11 was obviously 8 Nori, Rico Lewis, Elaine and Kusinov, obviously Donnarumma in goal. Rodri, Reinders, O'Reilly, Foden, Haaland, Cherky. That was the 11. And I actually think that's quite a strong 11.
Yeah, of course it is.
That's like a strong, obviously with the injuries, with context to the injuries. I think that's a strong 11.
Yeah, of course it is.
The only one I'd probably look at is maybe Nico Gonzalez, and then O'Reilly maybe going back to wing back would make your team probably a bit stronger. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nori was playing right back as well. And he normally
where was Rico Lewis playing in midfield?
What?
Where was he playing?
Yeah, I think
Rico Lewis was playing right back.
Yeah, bro, that's why like 2 of the goals came down the right hand side. You know, he's no FCC.
But he's not even a good left back, but Pep thought to put him right back. Can we?
Bro, you know what?
He's a good left back.
Bro, we're not doing it.
No, he is a good left back. He is a good left back. He's been one of the best left backs in the league since before he joined City. He was one of the best left backs in the league.
I was saying that about Kirk.
Okay,
that's what I mean. It's a struggle to make the step up, but
Kirk is doing all right now. Kirk's last 6-7 games has actually been pretty good, but that's not the point. The point is that the 11 that you had, barring a few players playing out of position, does not warrant you being pimp slapped by Bodo.
Yeah, no, it never does. It should never have been that.
Like, I'm gonna ask you a more difficult question, because you can have shockers, you can have clangers. Now let's actually ask the real question. Are we ever gonna see Rodri back to the Rodri we know?
I feel like that question's a bit mad, because I feel like you're never going to get Rodri back to what he was, because that was, what, a year and a half ago now. You know what I mean? Like, he's also aging a little bit. He's done his ACL. You know, he's out for a long time. So I never feel like you're getting him back to what he was. I feel like even if you got 70% of what he was, that would be a massive improvement, and that'd still be a massive, huge part of the team. So maybe you can get him back up to a certain standard, but he's never going to get back up to Ballon d'Or, Rodri, and that's all right, you know. But he can't be looking like he can't be. Yeah, of course it is, bro. I can't be expecting him. No, what he's at now isn't all right. But I'm saying you can't be expecting him to get back up to that level. Against Bodo Glimt, he looked more like Rodney from Only Fools and Horses than Rodri. You know what I mean? Like that level's not all right. No, he's looking like
by the way, guys, no pun intended before you guys start chatting shit. No pun intended, because I know you lot like to, you know what I'm saying? But carry on.
That's all I've got. I don't know. He looked so bad, you know, the last couple of games. So I can't get it.
And it's also like petulance like that to even allow almost to even allow yourself to get sent off in a game where, bro, it's 3-1. Like, I've seen City overturn results with less time than what you had left. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So to give you, like, I feel like with the red card, the game was really, really done, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, again, go on, sorry, Mons.
I was just saying with Rodri, we've seen examples, obviously. We've seen examples of, you know, players with ACLs come back and take a little bit of time. I think if you guys know already, Virgil's ACL, his first season back was actually really, really good. It was actually the season after that you could see the yard of pace that had gone. You look at Timber, he looks like he's kind of flawlessly come away from his ACL. He's recovered very well from his ACL. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's different ways and different ways people can come back from these injuries as well. So is it a thing where he just needs do you think he needs a whole year, and then maybe next year you go, right, we start fresh, this is the player, maybe adjust your game a little bit? Because I think every player after an injury like this adjusts your game slightly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's not helping the fact that the other lads in midfield is looking weak right now. Who are the other midfielders? If you just look at that again, who was it? Was it
Rico Lewis and Ryan?
Yeah, see that's weak for me. That's weak for me. I feel like
Yeah, but against
I
Bodo,
was just saying because like the comment section and some people on the panel, but I'm not one for receipts, tried to sell me a bill of goods on Reinders. Like they tried to tell me what a good player he was, this and that. I said no, because Premier League, European top level physicality, like if you're a moments player in Italy, then you come over to the Premier League, you come over to like European league.
Name and shame, Jay.
No. We've moved forward. I think the issue with City is they bought when they revamped their team the first time, second time, they bought such high quality, like the leading players on the market in positions, the up and coming players. Even if you look at Mendy, before he had his injury, he was a top left back. They bought Bernardo Silva. They bought a lot. Gundogan. They got a lot of like top 5 profiles in certain positions. Now I'm looking at the players they're buying. They're good. Top 10, top 20, maybe in their position.
But you could never have looked at the Bernardo Silva signing though and said, "I know he's going to go on to be that to be what he has done for City." So with the Reinders, I feel like Reinders.
Hold on. But I think you could because he was part of that. He was part of that Monaco team, which was lights out.
Team that year was
so that was
mad.
So that had Bernardo, that had Fabinho, that had Mbappe. So
Thomas
there's
Lamar.
James Rodriguez in there, I think as well.
Yeah.
Even City, like so.
Was James Rodriguez there as well for a little bit?
But not really. Yeah, but
that season was crazy, even though it went sideways.
Maybe not the season with Sidibe and that, but I know he.
Yes, he was
there. Yeah, he was there.
Even
oh my God, Bakayoko before he went Chelsea. Holy moly!
Where is he now?
Falcao there as well.
I would argue that I thought most of that Monaco team was great. Like, do you know what I mean? I thought most of that Monaco team was gonna have good.
We all ate. We all ate. I got Fabinho in it. We all ate.
But when you look at what Reinders was doing in Italy, like he was doing really well in it. Like I feel like when we signed him, I thought it was a really good signing. And that's not to say that Reinders ain't going to go on and do really well at City.
I don't think he per se.
No, he's not. He's not. But you know what? With the likes of Bernardo, Rodri, Gundo, it took him maybe a season to get the ball rolling. So you can't. I don't feel like you can really judge Reinders just yet. But right now in that midfield, obviously, Jesus Christ, we should be smoking. No. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is with the Rodri thing. I'm not saying he is. All I'm saying is, right, with the Rodri thing, what Monts just asked me then about, does he need a year or so to get back to it? I feel like give him a little bit more, padding, protection around him with like maybe an Anderson or something like that. Even Nico G back in the fold. He might be. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws here a little bit.
Is he coming back to a City squad now that's sort of a little bit rattled, and he's like, well, I'm only just getting back onto my feet, and now I have to deal with this shit too?
100%. But you know what?
So you guys don't know if you're coming or going, and I'm still fucking barely moving. And it's a bit much.
But Ozzy, I'll say yeah, but don't you think when he came back in the team, City were just on a run, no? A winning run. So
they were.
I'm not giving him that.
To an extent.
No. But the thing is, his first game. Sorry, go on.
But it's when you've got players around you that are in form, it's a lot better for you to, keep up with the pace. As when everyone else starts falling off to the extent that they did. He's just come back out of injury. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to fucking do?
There's a point here.
To me, that red card looked like you wanted out, man. Looked like a Pogba move, man.
If you look at this comment here, I think there's a bit of truth to this one. Reinders had one great game. The next game, Pep benches him. Same goes for Turkey, but Haaland and Foden can drop stinker.
My rebuttal to this is only one player. I wouldn't even go say as far as favorites. I'm like, Reinders has shown he can't play in the 8 so far. He can't play in the 8 in the Premier League, so he has to play in the 10, or they have to play 4-1-4-1. Yeah, and he takes one of those two positions. If you've got Cherki, you've got Foden, Semenyo's just come in, so that means Foden and Cherki both would probably need to play inside if Doku's playing. I don't think Reinders has any claim to be starting ahead of Foden or Cherki in that position. I don't care what he does in games. He's not as good as either of them. so he should sit on the bench.
Why is he not as good as Foden though? Why is he not as good as Foden?
Because Rikers isn't as good as Foden, man. Come on,
but
man.
I'm talking about right now, bro. Foden,
He's
I
not
swear
as
to God, bro. I watch
City
City week in week out, 90 minutes a game, right? And Foden for the last I don't know, he has done genuinely nothing. Like he's done nothing to affect the game, and he might be doing things that for my level of football IQ, which isn't very much, I can't see.
No.
But, you know, but what from what I'm looking at, bro, Foden isn't giving us anything. That's what I'm looking at right now.
First of all, Jay don't like Reinders, so that's but I think we're all avoiding
some bias.
The elephant in the room. I don't know why we keep doing this thing. Can we talk about?
I know what you're gonna do. Go on, say it.
No,
say
you know.
I know what you say.
Is Pep done at City or is he done? That's the real question. Is he done at City?
You didn't say.
I feel like
no. Hold on. Because on the back of Monts's the last super chat or comment that he brought up, he talked about Pep takes this player out after he has a good game, that player out after a good game. Pep is making a lot of stupid decisions. How can you play Aït-Nouri at right back? I don't care who you're playing.
Well,
what are we doing here? Is he done? I want to answer.
But Conley, look at it like this, yeah. If you're going to play Aït-Nouri at right back, what you're basically saying is, I refuse to play.
That's a good one.
I refuse to play Rico Lewis at right back. Is what he's really saying. He's basically saying, I can't play Rico Lewis at right back. That's what he's truly saying when he plays Aït-Nouri at right back.
Aït-Nouri's worse, bro. He's worse. That guy's a true defender, bro. He's a good
two evils.
Yeah, but he's barely had any time at City though. Like how many minutes he played at City?
He's a good attacking left back, but
defensively, of course.
Sucks.
In this team right now, Aït-Nouri shouldn't be playing. Like it's too defensive, too weak. The midfield's not offering the defense enough protection. He shouldn't be playing right now. Should not be playing right now. But you can't be playing Rico Lewis at right back either. Obviously, Nunes isn't about right now, so you can't. Rico Lewis is the same issue with Rico. You know what I mean? He's not physical enough to be playing a defensive position.
And the only thing I would respect Pep is that hot because I played Bodo multiple times in the last 6-8 months, and their left winger.
How many games did you lose?
Lost none of them. 1-2, drew 1. So Bodo isn't for everybody. But the point remains like that. Their left winger, Hogue, he's in good form. He's a decent left winger. He would have cooked.
Don't give me that, bro. Don't give me that.
I'm so impressed that you mentioned his name so effortlessly.
Yeah, because I remember he went to Milan when he was younger and he flopped and he went back to Bodo afterwards. But anyway, he's played well, good left winger. At least if you have a right-footed left winger, they cut in, and if you have a left-footed right back, you make the argument that they're cutting into that person's stronger foot. Maybe he thought Rico was going to get cooked regardless. I'm not saying there's a method to the madness, but do you see what I mean? I can rational. It's Pep. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is Pep making decisions like that for Pep? Is Pep's era at City done? That's what I'm asking.
I feel like there's got to be some
Rico Lewis at right back. You know, when City's defensive structure was already known to be a bit shaky. You know, there's not much help. It's kind of just everything's focused on the attack. Then you stick Aït-Nouri, you can't really defend anywhere at right back. In that back line, that's already shoddy. What did you expect? They weren't going to sweep anything up. I do feel they still got that young buck playing centre back. But even so, come on, man. You got to be better than that. Surely there could have been someone else that could have filled that void.
Right back.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe he could have played. Maybe he could have played Kushnov right back and Ake in centre back. But Ake's playing with injection in his knees. You know what I mean? Like the squad's thin at the moment. It's very thin, and I feel like there's got to be something. I feel like there's something bigger going on at City with Pep. Maybe that is the reason for what's going on at the moment. Because genuinely, if everything's running smoothly behind the scenes, we are not performing like this. There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
But at the end of the day, the team that was fielded.
What is he finished at City? Is he finished at City? I feel like City can never sack Pep unless he starts losing every flipping game in the whole. You know what I mean? I would never call Pep out because of what he's done for the team.
Yeah, I look at it like in terms of you got to look at.
We wouldn't get the sack.
Yeah, I think you got to look at people like Viana. You got to look at like Viana and stuff. The squad building's been honestly, the squad building's been a bit of an issue for a while.
Nah.
You know,
But we've just recruited Semenyo and Guehi, bro. How much can you do?
Exactly.
What more can you ask for, bro?
But
that's
but
not
like,
fucking around there, man.
No, listen. If I'm a director of football, that's reactive. Yeah, it's reactive transfers, which is fine, but it's reactive. So my thing is that you don't have a vision of what you're trying to do with the team per se. You're reacting to difficulties with the team, injuries, things like that. So if you have a reactive way of building your squad, you can never maximize it. Because it's not an overarching vision.
But the thing is, football, they've built a certain squad now. Sometimes you have to react in football. Injuries come to into the sport. You've also got issues with Phil Foden.
Why didn't they buy Semenyo in the summer?
Because at the end of the day, like you're saying reactions. I'm saying yes, football can be reactive. You know, when you're going in, we went and bought Trossard. That was reactive, right? And what happened with that? It worked out well, right? A reactive move. The move for Semenyo is you got to Phil Foden is a bit how you're going right now. Is it a bad signing? No, I think it's a good signing. Guehi, is it a bad signing? No, I think it's a good signing. It's what they need right now.
Let me put my 2 cents in here, right? Firstly, right, whoever compared my hair to Ice Spice in the chat, don't do that, please. Right? And secondly, I don't understand, right, why like how we can look at like the Guehi thing and say it's reactionary, but why is that not? Why is that a bad thing? You know, the 2 injuries.
That's a great signing for Liverpool and a reactive signing for City.
We pick up 2 injuries. We pick up 2 injuries. Oh, let me speak. We pick up 2 injuries to Diaz and Gvardiol, the 2 main centre backs at City, right? And then now we're playing Elaine and Kustoff, right? So we can't be sitting there and saying Hugo Viana's an issue when he's literally like bringing in the best in class centre back to City to help us. You know what I mean? Like the guy's flipping trying to do everything to save our arse that he can at the moment. You know what I mean?
So the problem, the thing goes back to Pep, where yes, he doesn't trust certain players in certain positions, but at the same time, like Pep Roulette is great until Pep Roulette stops working. Because when Pep Roulette stops working, it then looks like players aren't being played enough to get.
It looks silly.
I think the players are just not that good. Like they're good players, but they're like the relative gap in quality that City used to have over other teams in the Premier League, that's eroded. So now it's coming down to tactical setup. Setup. I'm not critiquing City for buying Semenyo and Guehi. I'm saying that the vision of why they bought him was because they were trying to mitigate and stop what was going on. There's no criticism on bringing those players in. I'm saying when Liverpool were buying Guehi in the summer, where was City? Yeah, City could have bought him in the summer. City could have said, Semenyo, we want you in the summer. But what's happening is when they're having injuries, when they're having these things, they're now reacting and buying these players. No issue with that whatsoever. But it's like Marmoush last January. You can buy a good player because you need that player at the time, but it doesn't fit into the wider vision of what the optimum level of the team should look like if you make good decisions.
Why does Guehi not fit into that?
Especially like a lot of the outside of maybe Semenyo before you bought him, the wingers you have are either they're 1v1 specialists. They're not goal scoring specialists. Like there aren't any goal scoring specialists. You could say Marmoush is a specialist in scoring goals, but A, he doesn't play, and B, he's actually better centrally than he is out wide, even though he can do a job out wide. So him playing out wide, you're not necessarily getting the best out of him, or Pep hasn't given him that role to say, you're my left winger. You're going to do this going forward. We know that's now Doku's position, you know. And then obviously you're looking at what they had before, and I know it's very easy to compare to the old, and you know we won't see a team like the Sane, Sterling, Aguero. We won't see that type of team for a long time, for any team in terms of that amount of quality. But those guys were 1v1 specialists and goal scoring machines as well. Do you know what I'm saying? It's you guys are very privileged to have that on both sides with 3 different wingers, including one of Mahrez as well. So there's nothing wrong with having wingers, our 1v1 specialists and a goal scoring specialist, but it does pile more pressure on Haaland and the 2 10s. And unfortunately, Foden is showing once more why he can do what he does for 5-6 games, and then after that, it's like if Haaland doesn't score, the pressure then lies on Foden, and Foden just shows too many inconsistencies in terms of not in terms of a technical ability. We know how much of a technician Foden is, but in terms of getting City over the line, I'm not saying he can't do it. He's done it. He's got the Player of the Year. He's carried City to a title. He's done the damn thing. But since then, he hasn't propelled. If anything, he's regressed, and he's now only showing it in patches rather than showing it throughout lengths of the season. That's where City fans are frustrated.
You know what I'm beginning to feel like with Foden? I feel like he might be like similar. I feel like he might be moving towards like a Rashford at United type, purple patches and doesn't do things for long spells and moves into purple patches. Like, I don't want to say it, and it's obviously not what I want to back him as much as I can, but he's not doing much on the pitch for me to. And then he has a couple games where he does really well. So I find it hard to not get frustrated with Foden, and especially when we know what he can do.
Phil Foden being hooked half-time in a Manchester derby is absolutely
mad.
That's his game. That's literally his game.
He broke his hand.
Yeah, he did broke his hand.
And also, this is what happens when you have an overload of players that all want to play in similar positions or where they optimize the
that's
similar
always
positions.
been the problem at City.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. City have always City used to have a smaller squad with people that were playing multiple positions. What City have started doing more now is they have more players now who fit across it, because obviously like impact on games and stuff. I genuinely think it's interesting to look at City now and the regression. Their out of possession game has gone a lot worse. I don't know whether that's the quality of athletes that City have got at the moment, whether it's a tactical thing, but how City play out of possession. If you compare how they used to play out of possession at Pep's peak and you compare how they play out of possession now, there's just such a massive difference. And I don't know if that's down to tactics or they act like, you might be able to tell me, like as a City fan, like what you think that's like the way you guys used to get the ball back within 5 seconds, the way you guys used to suffocate. See, you don't do that anymore. I don't remember where the like time when I've seen City pen a team in for 45 minutes and it's relentless. I don't see that aspect, and I'm wondering, why do you think that is?
And the left daring. Wow.
I feel like this is what's so annoying as well, because like, I was saying a couple of weeks ago, like I remember when City used to just kill teams by a million passes, and it was literally like you say, we pen them in the final third, and we literally just be knocking it around the box for ages, and you just knew a goal was coming. It was like a predator about to pounce. It was inevitable that a goal was coming. It doesn't feel like that anymore. I don't know whether Pep Linder's coming in has had an influence on that. Maybe implementing a little bit.
Inside job thing, yeah.
I don't know whether he's like, obviously Liverpool is more rock and roll, and I feel like it's looked more like that recently for City. So I feel like Pep's trying to freshen up his ideas a little bit.
Klopp done one more. He asks, he's like, Pep, like, listen, Linders, one more job for me. You know when man are just haunting you beyond the grave on an Itachi thing. Like it's just mad, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? On a Ragnar thing, like these men are super genius.
Nah, but seriously though, like, I feel like obviously when Pep Linder's come in, Pep wanted to freshen up his ideas. So I don't know, maybe it's something to do with that. Obviously, things change. You know what I mean? You have to try and move with the times. But whether Pep isn't getting that, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem to.
The only thing before you go, Kunle, the only thing I want to say is that I don't think it's a coincidence that if you look at Pep's assistants, the best ones he's had in theory were up and coming assistants who had great ideas, like your Marescas and Artetas. And now he's gone to a Pep Linders who kind of did it before and has circled back, and it's not the same. So his coaches, his coaches who smashed it were newer coaches with new ideas.
You talk sense, so I won't lie to you.
Colo Torre as well.
Yeah, that's what,
this sounds like an all-round.
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's one specific thing, personally.
Exactly.
It's an all-round drop-off. It's an all-round drop-off, isn't it? Drop-off in player quality, drop-off in background.
I think this is probably mad difficult for City fans to hear, because only a month and a half ago we were glazing the dirty win streak.
Thank you.
It's like,
sorry, I didn't hear that.
All of these things are sudden. Like, it just shows like when you're losing how much glaring problems are apparently there. Because City now go and win 7 games in a row.
6 weeks ago, months were we? City are hunting down Arsenal.
No.
They're fluid. They're this. They're scoring from open play. I was hearing all of that, but we don't want to address the point. Pep, the reason why City look confused is because of Pep Guardiola. And in terms of that Hugo Viana now, he's working for Pep. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to be surprised if Pep leaves this season because you can, with these panic January signings, 2 seasons in a row, you can see what they're trying to do. It's not a long-term thing. They're trying to win it for Pep this year. We can leave on a high. It's not
Kunle, on the assistant hype, people can be like in the chat, they were like the assistant hype. I'm gonna be honest with you. The 2 best Premier League managers ever, Sir Alex and Pep Guardiola. It's not a coincidence they were both on their assistant hype. It's not a coincidence that both of them rotated their assistants consistently. And I think if you see 2 of the best managers of all time who both were aggressive in trying to hire top assistants and allow them to do a lot around the job, I think that could have, like Linda's could have been washed from 2022, 2021, and he's out here running the out of possession of one of the greatest of all times. I'm concerned for City that if they drop off again this season, let's say City get about 75 to 80 points. When have you ever seen City back-to-back mid-70s points total 2 years in a row? That's insane.
Yeah, not often.
That's insane.
No, it's not. Yeah, but there's always going to be a drop. There's like these cycles don't last forever. I feel like what I would say it's not fair to consistently have these guys finishing 85 plus points. What I would say is that the only difference is that I feel like this drop off is more glaring because it's like it's not bitty. It's not they'll lose 1 game, win 2, maybe draw, then win 3. Then it's literally you guys have had a bulk of losses and draws that have now led to, and also you haven't capitalized on the Arsenal that have currently been dropping points now as well. Which someone's got feedback in the background, by the way.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Maybe it's me. Let me rotate.
But this is what I mean. So I think also with the money you're spending as well, I feel like there's people are gonna have less sympathy. But it is normal for teams to drop off at times, and City's drop off is still like second, third, second. But
of course, we're allowed to have transition years. You know what I mean?
But but at the same time, obviously, you have, bringing in Semenyo and Guehi. That's something that I think a lot of us would have killed to be able to do in our situations. I think Arsenal probably would have taken a Semenyo if he was available, and they were able to sell maybe Martinelli. I think they would have done that as well. Maybe not. They had interest. They even had interest in Guehi. The greedy fuckers even had interest in Guehi. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So after having 15 centre backs, so
but that's all we do, man.
What I would say is that you lot are being given chances
to the backup defense, man.
But how many more chances? Now you can actually see is getting to the players. Even when you lot were dropping points earlier on in the season, and Arsenal were looking like they were going to run away with it, it was all we believe in catching Arsenal. Like it's fine. Like you lot had that we're City thing. Now you can see Haaland's vex. Now you can see the man them vex. Now you can almost see it's just slowly starting to chip away at the mentality. Starting to chip away at the mentality. This is the thing now. Like I've not seen Haaland this hot in time. You can see.
Would you say Haaland is every City fan right now? Like this shouldn't be happening to us. Like what is this?
Yeah,
that's every City fan right now. And rather than accept that there's a lot of trouble at Manchester, you want to just he'll fix it. He'll turn it around. Like we can sign this guy. That like Pep is checked out at City. They're trying to save him by these panic signings in the summer. He spent 500 million in one window. You got what I'm saying? I mean, in 1 year, basically. 2 windows, summer and January. They're just trying to save him from going out without a win. He's leaving at the end of the season. You don't need to prepare yourself mentally for that. And you need to prepare yourself that all these panic signings in the last 1 year are not going to come back to bite you where your team starts looking like when Sir Alex left United. You want to hope
This is what I'm scared about, bro. This is actually what I'm terrified about.
He's not leaving it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, Kunle. He's not leaving them. He's not leaving them high and dry, man. Come on now, man.
Hey, Ozzy, I never.
You said like Sir Alex left friggin' Man United. He left them in the shit.
I said they want to hope I never said it is. They want to hope that it doesn't.
All we know, so Alex's
good
thing could have been a thing where he left it in tatters, so no other manager can come in and be better than him.
That one too, right? Yeah.
Everyone's there like, leave the team in a piece of shit. They'll still be talking about me in 15 years, which is what they're still doing. No, I'm joking. I don't think that's Alex.
Well, true. You can't get any worse from David Moyes, so he might have had a plan there still, man. He might have been on to something.
True.
So that might be on something. But listen, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with City in it. All I'm saying is that your chances are running out. Arsenal drew on the weekend after you lot lost. That was again another. They gave you another lifeline, by the way. Because remember, as long as you have each other to play in the head-to-head, you only need you.
But this is what I'm saying. Arsenal are doing the Arsenal thing where they start wobbling a little bit around this time, and this is where City normally come into our own, and we start picking up the wins, and they start rolling in, and we start looking scary. It's crunch time, business end of the season, and Arsenal start dropping the points to the likes of the Forest. But we're not there to pick it up this time.
You don't have the brain.
That's why it's different.
It's a little bit of a different season because Arsenal's still in every single cup competition. Usually we bomb out early. And right now, every single cup competition, we're still in that. It's a slightly different kind of vibe on Arsenal, I think.
But Ozzy, February's our month, bro. Let's not lie. February's our month, so I'm not going to say
it is. But let's be honest, it is a slightly different vibe. It's a slightly different feel. I mean, I ain't never been this high before. You know what I mean? I'm just
we're more prepared. We're more prepared.
You're lucky City is shit, I feel like you're lucky City is shit.
Well, speaking next, obviously, Liverpool 3, Marseille 0. Liverpool now moved 4th into the table of the Champions League.
Been more.
Could have been more. Should have been more.
Should have been more.
Marseille have been this season. Marseille have been a good side this season. I think it's fair to say they've been a good side this season. And obviously we're seeing the Ethan Wanyeri going over there now as well to probably going to strengthen them even more for the rest of the season. But yeah, man, I think for me the defense was my thing. I know we're gonna say we won 3-0. Well, the third goal was in the 90th minute when they were throwing the kitchen sink, and the other 2 goals, one was a free kick, wonderful free kick by the way, really inventive, and the other one was an own goal. My only issue is just that we were very wasteful. We had a bit of a Darwin Núñez type of game in front of goal. The Ekatike misses. Yeah, I think I need a bit better in front of goal from him. Salah missed. He kicked the ball like he was a 5-year-old. He was the other one. Wirtz. Outside of one shot, he just loves this nonchalant caress of the fucking put your foot through it, bro. Put your foot through the ball, bro. It's always a lovely, like that. It's like, bro.
And let the wind pick it up and put it into the back of the net.
Yeah, like
you see the way I got attacked
against Burnley, bro. You see the way he slapped it against Burnley. Do you get it, bro? That's that. Like, I want more of that. Do you know what I'm saying? I want more of that. But the thing I'll glaze the team about is the defending for me. Konate wasn't around. People was like, oh, Marseille away, no Konate for personal reasons and stuff. What's gonna happen? I think Joe Gomez coming in was excellent. Van Dijk was excellent. I actually saw Van Dijk engage in a tackle. Like, I saw him crunch, man. I was like, do you know what I'm saying? I was very like, wow, okay, fair enough. And then obviously, you know what? I think there's no coincidence that if Kirkes and Frimpong have a good game, Liverpool have a good game, because wing backs have been a massive part of our system for the last 8 years. So
fullbacks are so important.
Yeah, fullbacks are so important, and
it's how you use them dictates.
Yeah, and man like Frimpong, I think since he's come back from his injury, I think Frimpong's been magnificent. I think you guys would agree. I don't know if anyone disagrees with me, but I think since Frimpong's come back from his injury, I think he's been really good. And he's not done much wrong. And obviously, Kirkes, he was very, very, extremely
very good yesterday. He was in reborn.
How was he playing? Was he actually out wide? Because I didn't watch the game.
He's hit so he's not necessarily overlapping like we want him to, but he's definitely not inverting as much. The whole inverting thing's not really happening as much. But Kirkes' last 4 or 5 games has just been good. He was good against Arsenal. He's good against Marseille. He's good against Burnley. Like he's been very good. So for me, maybe it was just a waiting game for some of the fullbacks. But defensively, we haven't really defended like that. Maybe apart from when we played Arsenal, both times we played Arsenal. Every other game defensively, I've looked at us and gone, yeah, this dongs. This is stinking. Like, it's just stinking the way we defend. Gravenberch was almost like a fifth centre back. The way we set up against Marseille, I don't know if you guys watched the game, but he was almost like a fifth centre back. And obviously the others came in. And for me, I just think we set up really well. And listen, I got to give the manager credit because he's like, even though I don't want him here and I don't like his tactics, and I still feel like we're very boring on the ball and we don't do enough from our own possession. What I would say is that if you look at the Champions League, we beat Real Madrid, Inter Milan away, Atletico Madrid, and now Marseille away. So I feel like this kind of boring style, there's a way that can suit knockout football. There is a way that can suit knockout football in the Champions League. Yes, of course, you're going to look at PSV putting 4 past us in our backyard. Galatasaray away is another one where you look at it. I just think all that does is highlight the inconsistency of the team. Do you know
so how are you feeling about Liverpool then, months, like overall, like slot and everything like that? Because I feel like there's quite a little bit mixed feelings around Liverpool.
Yeah, like for me, like I still want the manager gone because I just think long term, I think Slot's a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach. Do you know what I mean? I still think the man management isn't there. We've got 5 wins in 17 games in the Premier League. No wins against the bottom 3 at home this season. No wins in 2026, by the way, in the league. Don't people know that as well. But I think what we're doing is we're looking at we're doing the Chelsea thing where we're still standing up in big games. And it's like crazy inconsistency, but we know how to pull our socks up when the pride's at stake.
Yeah. And how long does this go on for though before the board decide to get rid of Slot? Because obviously the Burnley result, how much credit does he have in the bank until he starts running out? You know what I mean?
I think for me, I think there's too much. I think there's too much to play for. I think there's too much to play for right now to just to pull the plug. For me, I don't think he stays beyond the season. I don't think he has to stay beyond the season. I look at a game like yesterday, and it shows there is a glimmer of light that Liverpool can play better in open play. Against Burnley in the first half, we can do better in open play. Like we were good in the first half against Burnley, but we're talking about Burnley here, which is why I prefer to reference Marseille when we're talking about being a bit more fluid in our play. I actually think more of our fluid attacks came from Marseille losing the ball. Like Marseille just kept giving the ball to us in turnovers. They just kept turning the ball over and over, like most of the game. And for me,
you're saying Marseille was that bad to make you look that good?
No, I actually think the press. I think Slot's press is what made them do that. Our press has been poor for large parts of the season. For many different reasons. Maybe because Gakpo's part of that press. Maybe because Isak was a part of that press. Those two weren't playing today. It was an Ekatike, Salah, and Wirtz / Szoboszlai press. You know, so I don't know. Maybe the personnel of the press changes things, but our press was very good, which is what I think forced them into making as many mistakes as they did. But we were just so wasteful in the final third. The patterns of play is still very inconsistent. So there's still a lot to be desired, man. I think if we go and draw against Bournemouth away, and then people go, "Oh, once you're unbeaten and 14," I'm gonna go, "Bro, we got 5 wins in 17. Shut up, man. Like, what are we doing here?"
People that also say that you need to remember, like it is always about trying to build on something, like having something clear to build on. So you can say, because people will say the same thing about us. We won 3 and 4, whatever. But it's just you have to have something to build on. And Liverpool right now, I don't know, man. Like you said, you ain't won. We're 22 days into 2026. You ain't won in the Premier League. That's mad. Yeah. 5 wins and how many you said? That's mad.
Hey,
Liverpool, bro.
Let's not shit on their Premier League. Let's not do that. We're talking about Champions League Liverpool. There's a chance that this competition could save their season. Do you get what I'm saying? They're looking a little bit different in the Champions League. Wirtz loves the Champions League as well.
But the thing is, yesterday, Salah wasn't even. But no, Salah wasn't even that good yesterday. He wasn't like horrible. He wasn't even that good yesterday. He wasn't that good yesterday. But you know what it is? It was just having a right winger playing right wing.
Yeah,
I'll be
scoring again soon, no doubt.
But I think,
Salah will be scoring again soon, no doubt. It's clear.
Yeah, but I think it's you've also got an element of it's not Premier League, isn't it? Like, look where Tottenham are in the standings.
I think it does see us a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like me now. If I'm Spurs,
lads, I'm just gonna have to do that.
Take care, man.
That's one, mate.
I think it's interesting to see Liverpool. I think Liverpool, if they play like a Bayern or a PSG, they're getting slapped. They're getting slapped up. Yeah, they're getting slapped up still. But if with a favorable, what do you mean? Why?
Why are they getting slapped?
I mean, the only thing I'll say is that
they're getting slapped. I had the same conversation with Chelsea fans before they played Bayern. Yeah, sometimes a team is just better than you.
Hey, we battered Bayern and Liverpool.
Bro, okay. So first and foremost, like Bayern, you beat Bayern, yeah. Right. Okay. So
I think batter's a bit strong.
We beat Bayern, and all right, cool.
Right.
But Liverpool, we didn't score a goal against Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
Elaborate on your point.
Let me just elaborate on it. This just to let you understand how the fluidity in my brain works.
Yeah.
So last season, PSG were X level. Okay. So I'm like, okay, PSG are not necessarily going to hold this level. They're going to drop down a little bit, but they're still a very, very good team. Arsenal were X level last season, and I still think they've improved a little bit. Bayern without Luis Diaz, are not quite a notch below. I still would take Bayern with full strength Bayern versus Arsenal. I'm taking Bayern to knock you out. If Bayern are missing one or two players, I take Arsenal to knock Bayern out. But I'm basically saying I think Arsenal or Bayern are the best teams in Europe this season, and PSG are just behind, right? So I'm saying that any of those three teams play Liverpool, they'll beat them, over two legs, in my opinion. Maybe not Arsenal because you got that Premier League factor thing, but I think PSG and Bayern would beat Liverpool over two legs.
I hear what you're saying, but I also say that I think the way we dealt with Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid.
Real Madrid. These teams are not on the level of these teams I just mentioned.
They're not. You can say they're not, but also remember, I think these teams also have a knack of allowing.
They're just not on the, but they're not on the level, bro. They're just not.
But there's more to just not being on the level. Obviously,
but Real Madrid.
We saw Arsenal take down Real Madrid last season, which was again.
But Real Madrid weren't on the level last season either, though, bro. You're using wrong equivalents.
No, but Real Madrid haven't been on the level for many years, and they've still you can't.
No, but Mons, what we're saying is Bayern, PSG, and Arsenal are the best teams in Europe. Yeah,
right now.
So referencing the fact that you can beat Real Madrid and Atletico is irrelevant for the broader point of winning the Champions League.
Well, again, I'm pretty sure PSG lost yesterday to Sporting.
But they're not even top in Liga. They're second.
Yeah, they're second. PSG lost to Sporting 2-1.
But listen, that's go on.
Win.
That's fine. All I'm trying to say to you is Madrid, to me, have a lot of issues with the team. Yeah,
they do.
PSG, whilst having issues, full strength PSG, they're still dog walking a lot of teams in Europe. Yeah. So what I'm saying is PSG, in my opinion, they've not really been of the level this season, but they're still the reigning champions. Yeah, and they're still one of the teams to beat. Do you see what I mean? Like the Real Madrids and stuff, I feel they've dropped off.
I still back Liverpool as one of the teams to beat. I don't think we're maybe in the three elite right now in terms of walking the league phase and whatnot. But I think a lot of teams are a little bit different in that two-leg knockout phase. I think Real Madrid are still one of them. I think Arsenal were just way too strong for them last year. Arsenal are stronger this year. In the knockout round, I still would probably favor Arsenal over Real Madrid this year in knockout. But I do think that we've shown on many occasions that a big European team, they're playing the bigger. They're playing Liverpool. When they come to play Liverpool, bro, I'm still gonna fancy Liverpool, even if it is a Bayern Munich. Now they are better than us, Jay. I'm not saying they're not better than us. Bayern Munich are a better team than Liverpool. Like that's,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? But I think at the end of the day, we've shown that we probably struggle against the smaller European sides than the
big game syndrome, isn't it? It's
I don't you know what it is. I don't even think it's big game syndrome. I think slot style of play just suits better. It just suits teams that come out to play.
It's more space.
He has no idea what to do against anyone that sits in the middle or low block. No idea. He has no clue. He says it himself. Like, he says it himself.
He said it in the press conference.
Literally says it himself. He's like, oh, he always refers to the way PSG played, and not every team is PSG, bro. Sometimes be Burnley. Sometimes man, they want to be Burnley, bro. That's what some man want to do that, innit?
So who are your favorites for? Like, obviously it's a bit early, but who are your favorites for the Champions League this season? Then at the moment, like who are your 2 or 3 teams?
I'd say it's the 3 you mentioned. I'd say it's 3 you mentioned. I even though and do you know what it is? I think Barcelona's high line is suicidal, so I'd still have Barcelona maybe just outside of that 3. So I think Barcelona are in the tier with Liverpool. I think they're in Barcelona in the tier with us.
I personally think Bayern. I like there's just like I know Arsenal beat them, but that was without Diaz, and I think Diaz in that team, especially they've had no Davies. They've had no Davies and no Musiala all season, and they were still a very, very good team. I just think that's the one where for me, and Arsenal's issue might be drawing a Premier League team more than anything. I feel a Premier League team is more likely to knock Arsenal out than any other side in this competition.
I think Europe looks weak.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is as well? Do you know what it is as well? I feel like there is going to be, I think, 2 dark horses, and don't be surprised if it's like a Chelsea. Don't be surprised if it's like a Liverpool. Don't be surprised.
I don't think.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm saying there's always a dark horse. There's always 1 or 2 dark horses. There was a bunch of things that happened. There's always 1 again or 2.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
But I was saying not mentioned in the dark horse.
I was going to say no.
You're Man City. Like, you're Man City. Are you a dark horse?
Yeah, we just got beat by Bodo. That's dark horse material now.
But you're still going to go through. You're still going to go through.
Guys,
you drew PSG in the round of 32. That's why we didn't see you, man.
That's
why. But you're talking about dark horses, and you're ignoring. You're ignoring the Tottenham Hotspur shaped black beauty.
And he said
black beauty in the background. You know what I mean? No. Hey, listen. There's nowhere to go. You don't need to go anywhere, guys. Where are Spurs in the Champions? Nearly.
That's exactly what that little monologue needed.
I was genuinely going to say, bin off the Chelsea section, just send it off. You know,
that's what I said. Like exactly. What about the dark? Yeah, what about the dark chickens? What about the dark chickens? Thanks to the comment section.
This ain't Mighty Ducks. Quite.
Hey, listen. Hey,
Jado, but by the way, though, but big you up because the way man were talking on you lot's name.
Bro, they're trying to talk. Bro, they're trying. Listen, I saw this last season. Yeah, let me be very clear. I see Bayern, PSG, cool. Yeah, they're beating us. Every other team, yeah, aside from the Premier League teams that are better than us. I like run it. Run, bro. That's
5 other Premier League teams and 2 European teams.
Run the game. Run the game. Like as in, like we might lose, but run the game. Like take away the top 3: the PSG, the Arsenal, the Bayern. The rest of these teams in Europe, nah. I'm sorry, they don't scare me. We'll go play any of these teams and see what happens.
Look at Jason.
What you mean, bro? We're European champions. Yeah, we are European champions right now. Please put some respect. We played 2 European finals. We played 2 European finals in the last 6 years. Please don't talk about Tottenham like we don't have.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
That's fine. That's fine, bro. That's fine. You guys were talking like we weren't.
You rolled up the sleeves, man. You rolled up the sleeves. The sleeves are up now. The sleeves are up now. You rolled up the sleeves. Oh, yeah, reverse cut.
Just in case you didn't know, man. Just in case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know.
I think I just see something over.
That's what I'm saying. What's going on there, boys?
It's crazy that.
That's what I'm saying, boys. What should we do, brother?
Listen, before we do move on as well, though, make sure you guys smashing the like button. Chelsea are beating Paphos 1-0. Spurs are beating Dortmund 2-0. What we kind of got to say on these 2 topics? Like, I know it's Paphos 1-0 Chelsea, but is there a little bit of the Chelsea, a little bit of the bubbly? Like, what are we just? Is it just to get through, and then we think about the knockouts each game at a time? Like, chat to me, really, man. Chat to me, Chelsea. Chat to us.
I'll be honest. That game, yeah, that was a hard watch. That was a very hard watch. I hated every second of that game, from minute 1 to the end. That we scored the goal, didn't celebrate, didn't flinch, nothing. I just sat there. I was so angry with the way we were playing. I didn't celebrate it.
Is it because you know that you have Napoli, and obviously Napoli, for those who don't know, Napoli are 25th Remember, I believe it's 24 teams. Napoli, they're on a. I need something.
It's in Naples.
Hey, listen,
and it's in Naples.
If they have, it's. I think from the jump here, the setup was just kind of wrong. Regardless, they did have 11 man behind the ball. We all know that it's hard to beat, but you know what? You can at least try and be a bit more aggressive and take more risk when you're playing 11 man behind the ball. I'm seeing Fofana, Badiashile, Hato, Reece James, Caicedo. Yeah, your typical back five when you go into the 3-2-5. But then for some reason, I'm seeing Gusto and Enzo joining them. They are deep. They have 11 man behind the ball. You need to push them.
How are you doing that against Paphos?
This is what I'm saying. We didn't take risks. None
at
all.
Mad.
Is that down? So what are you like saying? You're not really liking Matisse's tactics?
At the minute, I mean, I don't know. Why is Gusto in a half space against a dirty low block? Gusto, one of the least technically gifted players in our squad. You expect him to play in a half space. The whole point, if Enzo and if those two, they should have been more aggressive in their approach. You got two players in Caicedo and James, they could split any defense with one pass. They can. Why are you not doing it? But then if you give it to them, what are we going to do? You expect Gusto and Enzo to be on a half turn, bro? Are you mad? Why are you setting up like that?
In your manager's defense, he has been putting up tactics since year 11. So, I mean, he's got quite a vast material of different tactics. We're not going to necessarily catch on. But 3 wins out of 4, the only loss being to borderline the best team in Europe right now. It's nothing to cry about. Now. There's nothing.
You got to look at the nature of the games. Yeah, if you look at the Arsenal game and the Brentford game, based on game state, they could have lost both of those games comfortably.
It's not about coulda, woulda, shouldas.
No, but it is because the thing is,
Nacho Brace. Did you ever think you'd see that?
Yes, I did because I'm the voice of the voice. You know me, I like underappreciated ballers. My point is that I look at it is that you can't run from XG, you can't run from game state. And that's why it averages out across the season. Do you see what I mean? So what I'm saying is Chelsea are very aggressive, going man-to-man, one-to-one, this and that. One, that kills your players across the course of a season because they've always got to be sharp. They've always got to be switched on. And 2, the technical level of some of these players in the squad, I think it'll show out later on in the season. I think Chelsea have a lot of quality. I'm not necessarily sure. Yeah, I'm not sure they have enough quality to play the way
that wing pairing of Garnacho and Neto. Garnacho, I love that you've got the Zaire. I think you've got a good eye for goal.
Garnacho.
But brother, stop. You're not a winger. Reinvent your career. You're young. Reinvent your career. You're not a winger.
This is harsh.
What is he?
No, bro. I don't know. Go do something else, yeah? You are not a winger, bro. This guy cannot be
Garnacho. Why are you hating on Garnacho?
Why are you going to play him? Why would you play him?
I don't care. Not winger. Don't put him on the wing. I don't want him on the wing. He can't be.
Where's going to go in the midfield or like striker?
I don't care. I do not care. Play him centre back. I don't care. Not.
So you just don't rate him, though?
Backup goalkeeper. He could be backup goal. I don't care.
Don't smash it against Arsenal, though.
If you played him on the wing, have him more inside or something. You expect Garnacho to create something from the touchline. Are you mad? You can't dribble. But these did not come from the touchline of him dribbling. This came here from a rebound. He's in the sort of half space or around the box. He scored. Stop playing him out wide. He took on his man so many times. Then I don't care. Don't play him then.
This super chat is mad.
Super sub in behind Satin. Just not touchline winger. This guy
why? Who should be starting left wing for you?
I don't care. I don't care.
What do you mean you don't?
No.
Don't just moan and offer no solutions. Who should be playing?
So you prefer Gittins over Garnacho?
That's what I'm saying. You're crying about Garnacho. And what you should be crying about is your squad building. Because
what's the solution?
I do cry about my squad building. I do.
No one that bigs up Liam.
Garnacho's the best left winger you got, bro. Garnacho's the best left winger you got.
Did you not see Gittins when he came on yesterday?
Bro, what do you mean, bro?
He absolutely skinned their fullback.
Bro,
Like it was a
skins.
filthy bit of trickery.
How many chances did he create? Like I'm just looking at it from the point of view. Like,
this guy rates the lap. So why you debating with him, bro?
That's what I'm trying to say.
The lap weren't bad.
I don't think the lap's that bad. I don't think the lap's that bad.
Liam Delap.
Past couple of games, the lap's been moving all right. Even the lap even created. The lap created a chance yesterday.
Louis made a statement. He's not that bad. What does not that bad look like? Define your version of not that bad. I want to understand.
He's all right, isn't he? He's not that bad of a striker. You know what I mean? He causes problems. You know,
they got another man behind the ball when there was much more glaring issues, including the wingers.
Didn't you have 21 shots on goal yesterday? You had 21 shots.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the issue. It wasn't to do with Delap. I don't know why you're blaming Delap. Delap actually dummy. He had a dummy that went straight to Garnacho. Garnacho should have done better. Shot got blocked. Right. Like it was a good thing created. It wasn't to do with that. The fact that we had 21 shots. The fact that we had 21 shots and only 1.68 GA says everything. We didn't create enough. That's not high enough.
Can I ask you, like, obviously you think Delap's all right? You think he's all right? He's a decent player, right?
He's all right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So hold on. Can I understand what has Delap done for you for Chelsea that means that you speak on him relatively positively, but you speak negatively on Garnacho when he's been better objectively for Chelsea than Delap has?
We all know about scamming GA at times, you know. I'm not saying I don't like Garnacho. I don't like him on the wing. I don't like him on the wing.
Where do you like him? Because he's a winger. So where do you like him?
I don't care what he does with his career. Just reinvent.
We don't like him anyway, guys.
There's a gap there. Edge of the box, touchline. If you have him in that area, I don't like him. I've always said he needs to be more inside, around the box, because he does have an eye for goal and his runs are actually good. But it's just when you have him trying to beat his man, it's dumb. It's so dumb.
Well, listen, just quickly, do you see yourself beating Napoli, or do you see yourself?
This is the thing,
obviously, you qualified. You've qualified in it, but are you qualifying top 8 or playoff?
This is the thing. Napoli, Antonio Conte has made a living of doing this low block thing. Yeah, and they're going to do it better than I can't even remember their name. Who did we play again? Paphos. Oh my God. Like, do you see what I mean? They're going to do the low block thing way better than Paphos, yeah? They got the better quality. But the thing is, they can actually counter. They can actually hurt us once they get the ball back. So I am so worried. If we do not take risks, we are in trouble, because all of our big chances, and our goal came from a corner. Every single time we got a corner, I couldn't believe it. I felt like I was watching Arsenal. It was side to side. It was safe. There was no penetration through the middle. Everything came from the corners. We scored, and I said, I literally said, I'm disgusted that we've played like that and only beat Paphos from a corner.
Why would they step back? But Napoli need to go.
Hey, Mods, don't do that. All you asked him was, can you beat Napoli? And we're getting all these fucking explanations, bro. You've not answered us, yes. Or no?
I don't know. Sure, I'm gonna back my team. They
need to win, innit? They need to win.
I'm worried. Like I'm worried. Like this is Conte ball. They're gonna catch us on the break. Like
let me read these supers. Shout out LTC with a £5. He says Pep had a war chest of money and got out of jail and a get out of jail card. Messi, KDB without generational all-time players. He had a get out of jail card. Messi and KDB without generational players. Generational all-time players. Pep is just De Zerbi level, right?
Just two things on that. One quickly was love the fact you're calling KDB generational. We need to be doing that more often. Two, calling Pep a Catalan De Zerbi is outrageous, and I think we need to take your IP address and report you to the police. Sorry, Mons, back to you.
Shout out EG with the super goes Newcastle 3-0 PSV, Liverpool 4-1 PSV. Yeah, I know it's embarrassing. Still above them though. Above both of them. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. Shout out Mighty Scuffy with the super. He goes, Steve has been ill, like half the team. That's why Garnacho started. I'm guessing saying Esteval. Bro, you're a Chelsea rep. All this is public knowledge. Fan base enjoys to be negative.
What is that got to do with anything?
Just barely. Why
Garnacho? No. Again. for the nothing to do with anything. Remember, I don't care if Garnacho starts. I care about the role that he's playing. It's the same way that I don't care if Gusto starts. I care about the role that he's playing. Gusto in as a 10. Are we for real? Come on, man. Why is Gusto in a 10? Neto, like, if he's on the right wing, you know he's only going to do one thing, and that's either cut in or he's going to. Well, I guess it's two things. He's never going to go to the byline. He's never ever going to go to the byline. So you're not going to be able to. You're going to be able to steal him.
Like that,
but with all those things you said, VD, he managed to. He managed a win. He managed a win.
We got.
But while he was managing the win, was he growing those young men to be more mature men?
Is this my life? Is this going to be my life now on the panel? Am I going to have to hear this? I hear it. Remember, my main platform is Twitter, innit? I hear this all the time. I see it all the time. Every fan base, my own fan base. I can't come on to here and hear it again. Relieve me of the stress.
Do you reckon he loves his job or he jobs his love?
Bro, when your manager's making ridiculous comments like that, you're going to hear about it. It's ridiculous.
It is a bit cringe. I remember hearing it. And he said it like with pride as well. You're aging men. No, you're not aging.
It's the fact that he's like dissecting it. Like, it's not just one age.
It's like, do you think he's a therapist or the? You know what? Actually, that doesn't matter. Okay. Nothing.
He's trying to get never a foul taken down.
Nothing happened, man. Nothing happened.
But I need to hit the self-destruct.
He was on the periphery of that. He played the role well. You know, he's like a Nigerian politician, so he knows how to play the lines.
Yeah.
Chat. What did I miss, man? Would I go over 2 seconds?
You missed nothing, man. You missed nothing. What games do we have this week?
I know something crazy was said in it. Anyway, listen, you know, we're wrapping up there, innit? We'll see, obviously, United versus Arsenal this weekend. We'll touch on that tomorrow, innit? You know, subscribe to them and then big up everyone who send the super chats in, big up the chat, big up Ozzy, big up Louis, Kudley, Jay, BD, and myself. That's a bit weird to say big up myself. Anyway, let me just stop.